Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is La Ruby Claudia's. Okay, friends, if you know you have not subscribed to this channel, please kindly do so. Don't forget to invite your friends to join our Facebook community, like our videos, share our videos, and give us a thumbs up. Please leave a comment. If you have any question, you can drop. So I have started with this design, right? I'm almost done. So I then remember that yes, I should do this on my YouTube channel. So to help those that would like to know how to achieve this type of ruffle sleeve. Okay, so this is my pattern. I've started cutting already, as you can see. So when I remembered, I was like, okay, let me just show you what I have. So I started cutting, and I have two nylon bags where after cutting I just separate them. I count them equally and separate them for each sleeve. You know, we have two sleeves, so you don't have one sleeve fuller than the other. Okay, so I folded my fabric into four. This is 2.5 years of scuba material or foam fabric. Okay, so that's what I use. I folded it into four just to avoid cutting several times. You know, if you want to start cutting one, you have a lot, so you just have to find the shortest, the fastest way ever possible. Okay, so if you know you can fold into five, into six, so long as you're able to get what you can cut it. You know, if it's too thick, you have issues cutting it, right? And so I had to fold it into four, and then I have my template. So this is my scissors. It's a decorator, has a decorative edge. It gives it a decorative edge. Now you can use your normal plain scissors. Okay, so a lot of people use plain scissors, but because normal scissors, sorry, but because I have this scissors, it's also it's called zigzag scissors here. Okay, so you can always use it just to give it a decorative edge. Okay, that's just the essence. There's nothing more. So now I will be showing you, because I've gone far with it, I will just be showing you I came about that circle. I didn't just draw the circle. Yeah, I have a template, right? So I just get your pattern paper and then fold your paper or your fabric, anything, whatever it is you want to use as your template, into four, and then start marking from the angle, from the beginning, right? I think this, like you're trying to cut a flame, like you're cutting your radius. Okay, so you mark 3 inches. I think I used 3 inches here, so I'm showing you the 3 inches, using 3 inches, right? Then you just mark out your radius and then you cut. Now you just cut it, right? Mark it out. You can use your chalk or your pencil, whatever it is, to mark it. Make sure you get it equal. You can mark it after marking, and that's, or just use it to, you can use it to cut your your ruffles out. Okay, so I think the one I used, the original one I used, is bigger than the one I just showed you now. But whatever it is, that is how I actually got it. Okay, so it's not compulsory that you can get a flat surface, any container, anything that has a round surface. Okay, a flat round surface, you can just place it. I can use it as your template. Okay, so I got the first one I used. That's what I'm using. I used to chalk it. I just marked it all round. Okay, so it will just be easy for me. I don't want to be marking it one after the other. So this is how I marked everything when I folded my fabric into four. This is how I marked everything, and I just started cutting. Okay, so just get your template and use your chalk to mark it round. Okay, and then after marking, you just pin it down so it doesn't shift. You know, while cutting, it's possible that it will shift and it will alter your design. So just pin it down and then use your scissors, and then you cut. That's all basically. Okay, so you after cutting, then you can now start placing. But before you place, I've cut out my sleeve already. Okay, I've cut out my sleeve already, so I'll just be placing it on my sleeve after cutting. I use my needle and thread. Okay, so this is just it. You cut one after the other, and after cutting, you separate them. Remember your nylon bag, you separate each and every one of them. Please, I must remind you once again, don't forget to subscribe. Please, you can just pause this video right now and hit the subscription button. You can also click on the notification bell. Okay, click on the notification bell, and so you'll be notified on our videos. Seriously, I have lots of videos available right now. 2022 is loaded already. I have videos. All I need to do is just to make out time to edit it, right? Okay, so that's also, now this is what I've cut so far. Now these are the ones, previous one I've cut already, and then these are the ones I just cut now. And what I'm doing is just to separate it in two polythene bags, right? So it's just to save you. If you don't do this, the possibility of having one sleeve fuller than the other is very easy. It's easy. So this just helps you. So this is the sleeve for this one, and then this is the sleeve for the other one. Okay, so that is just it. Now I have a link in the you can check the description below. You can, if you don't know how to cut a basic sleeve, I have a tutorial on it already. You can check it out. It's simple, straightforward, and very short. Check out how to cut your basic sleeve. Okay, so now for this sleeve, now it doesn't have to be fitted on the person, right? Now I always advise you cut you measure. Now I'm trying to measure out, this is the right side. Yes, I must mention that it's the right side of your fabric, right? So because we'll be placing our ruffles on the right side, so you have to chalk the right side. So I'm trying to mark the round sleeve, okay, on both sides, so it will guide my placing of the ruffles, so I don't just place it all around, and then when I want to join and close the sleeve, and then I'll have issue, I'll start plucking it out one after the other. Okay, so this is my round sleeve, and you can see I've notched the air the my I notch the big, that's the folding, the part that will be folded. Okay, after doing that, I also notch the midpoint. So what you need to do is just to mark half inch or 1 inch below from the tip, so that when you are joining, you won't you know where to start your ruffles from. Okay, yes, you can start from there. So this is just to show you how to place it. Okay, so the way I mark this one, and that is how you mark, you mark out your lines. You mark it round. You don't just mark one and leave the rest. So you mark, and then you fold your fabric, you fold your ruffles. It's just fold it into four, like you've seen I did. Just fold it into four. So I'm just marking the hemming allowance, that's the folding allowance for the sleeve. You know, you can't leave your sleeve like this, right? So I just marked it out, and then I'll go to my machine, and then I'll fold it, right? So this is it. I've hemmed. Now your sleeve, you can determine the length of your sleeve. So the longer your sleeve, the more ruffles you need. Like I said, this sleeve is very short, and yet I used 2.5 yards of fabric of scuba, and I finished it. In fact, it wasn't even enough. I had to manage. Okay, so now this is me marking out my lines where I'll be placing the ruffles. Okay, so whatever you mark here, make sure you mark the distance for the other one. So whatever you do here, you repeat the same to the other one. So if you have 6 lines here, make sure your other sleeve you have 6 lines, and make sure you use a clear pencil, a clear chalk. Make it very legible so that you see what you're doing when you're tacking, so you don't just tack anyhow, you follow your lines. Okay, so what I did to this, I'll repeat to this other sleeve. Okay, so this is me now tacking my ruffles together after marking my sleeve. Now I must say that it's easy now. It's better you have a lot of allowance by the side, so that joining will be easy. Okay, and like I said, don't mark don't mark the exact, make it bigger so that the sleeve will, because after fixing your ruffles it will shrink a little, and you can serge the edge. So I didn't remember, I would have just serged the edge of my sleeve just to ease, just to make it easy for me, because now after fixing I had to serge it. Okay, so now this is me attaching my I used my big needle and thread, and then and tacking it's a lot of work. Actually, it's a lot of work, so you need to be patient, and then you tack one after the other. Okay, you tack one after the other, and make sure you tack very, you don't just tack once and twice, and then you knot, you think you're done. It will fall out. Yes, it will fall out. So you have to tack like several times. Make sure it's firm, be sure that it's very firm, and then you knot, and then you cut, you start all over again. You pick your second ruffles, and then you start all over again. You don't have to rush, just be patient, and then you start stacking. You can do this while you're watching TV at home, when you are relaxing. You can be doing it, because it's a lot of work, and it takes time, right? Yeah, it takes a lot of time. Okay, so this is what you just do. You keep, so now make sure you have a distance. Don't make it too close. Oh yes, don't make it too close. So this one, I actually did it close here, but I later removed it and I shifted it later. Yes, I later moved it because it was too close. If it's this close, it will be too full, and it will be too full. Yeah, so you just, but whatever distance you're giving, you're doing, make sure it's the same. Just maintain the same distance. If you are using 1 inch distance, just maintain 1 inch distance all through. Okay, so this is just it, and then you tack, you pick the next one, you tack again. So this is it. Now you can see how my sleeve is now. So this is my, I couldn't use, now you can use the scuba fabric for the base, like for the main sleeve. So I didn't want to use I because I don't want to touch reduce the 2.5 yards that I bought. So that's why I used the doll face, what I used to line the lace. So the lining for the lace, this is not the line, this is doll face fabric. Okay, that's what I use for the sleeve. So you can see how it is. So if you have a thicker fabric, you can use it. So it's fine, whatever fabric you have that. But please try not to use net, because net will can frustrate your life. It's seriously, you can use the lace, but nothing like mesh. It will be very frustrating. You can try it, but I haven't done so. So this is me now trying to, I will go to my machine and then I will sew the side. Right now, you don't even need the actual measurement of the person's round, and who just, if you have excess in the sleeve, you can just split it round. Okay, so now I've done that. I've sewn the side, and I've gone ahead to attach it to the sleeve. So you can see I've serged it. Now it was hell of a work. Seriously, it wasn't easy serging it. I was very, in fact, I took my time and it was difficult. So I would advise you just serge it before that. So after serging it, I will just tack it inside, so the edge of the sleeve is not coming out. I don't like seeing the edge, the weave part of the sleeve coming out. Okay, so now, because I don't have any ruffles left over and I need to close that part where I fix the sleeve, so I'll just cut out some from in between at different points, and then I'll tack it just to close that part, so that when your client wears it, they won't have to see. Okay, so they won't have to see the plain fabric, that's the doll face you use. Okay, so that's how, but this time it will be facing front instead of facing the other side. So it will be facing your shoulder part, right? So I will just block out just a few, 1 2 3 or 4, just do so. And then tack. I will repeat the same to the other sleeve, and that's all. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. It's your tailor.